Ever since 2006, I've been extremely immersed in anime shows, and I would honestly say that it has created me into this mega fan for this particular genre of visual media. But there is one show that I have literally grown up with, having been wholesomely committed to, and one that I still deeply enjoy to this day. And that is One Piece. One Piece is by far the longest anime/manga I've ever read and watched, and I still believe to this day that it is a crucial part of how I assess and perceive my life and reality. This will probably extend into a series of videos, but for this one, I just really want to talk about the concept of individual purpose that is so ingrained into this specific anime. And careful spoiler alert, I am definitely going to be talking about a lot of niche scenes and chapters that will serve as spoilers, so please beware. The concept of individual purpose is a part of One Piece that has always appealed to me in a manner that keeps me focused on a single goal in life. And this is found in so many elements of the show that I can confidently say that I think that, in its most pure form, One Piece is in fact a creation that thrived off the author's undying dedication to his own purpose. This can be generally seen in his hard work ethic and devotion to his craft, apparently sleeping only 4 hours a day, taking no time off, and working on his manga all of his waking hours. The strong sense of purpose, however, is most prevalent in the characters he envisions and their motivations, which are artistically portrayed throughout the series. The characters of Luffy and Zoro are the ones I want to mainly focus on for this video today. Both of these characters are introduced with a vision to reach the very top. Luffy wants to be the next pirate king, whilst Zoro wants to be the best swordsman in the world. Upon looking at these now, these two statements seem extremely juvenile and childish, like a child saying he was going to be the greatest astronaut when asked what he wanted to be in kindergarten. However, I do really believe that there is some value to how simple this is. In a world where we are consistently bombarded by complicated ideas and systems, we get distracted and unmotivated in the process. By focusing on such a naive and juvenile thing like being the best, seems unrealistic and laughable to many. But nah, not to me. Not one bit. The only thing this did for me was solidify who and what I wanted to be in life. And just one simple sentence to summarize your entire life's purpose. Now that is fucking epic. As cliche as it sounds, everything needs to start as a simple thing before it can grow into a more complex dream. Luffy's simple dream has now grown into an extremely attainable goal, having 90% of the pieces of the map to the Pirate King's treasure. Zoro's simple statement of becoming the best swordsman has been reinforced by the strength he displays in the latest chapter, where he manages to fucking cut Kaido, a being described as the world's strongest creature, and he even manages to leave Kaido with a scar. And this has been literally more than 20 years in the making, Oda building up the character slowly and realistically, achieving these small goals again and again through blood and sweat and tears. In the same way, this affected me in a similar manner as I grew from teenhood to adulthood alongside these characters. And it's also interesting that these characters attribute 2 to 3 huge difficult fights to their growth, in the same way I have experienced my growth as an individual, and I correlate that to 2 to 3 huge events. One of the biggest fights that Luffy has ever encountered on his journey would be his fight against one of Big Mom's commanders, Katakuri. Whilst the fight is deeply entertaining to witness, what really captured me was the undying willpower of Luffy and his stubborn commitment to his dream of Pirate King. This allowed him to greatly transcend his limits and gain further abilities amidst the fight to overcome his obstacle. Now, this was so monumental for me when I first read it, because not only does Luffy fight for his right to stand among the strongest as a future candidate for the Pirate King, he did so with such courage and determination that it forced him to grow in the middle of the fight, emerging as both winner and a better person by the end. This idea can also be seen in the fight between Zoro and Mr. One in the Alabasta arc. As all fans of the show would know, this is probably the most important fight for Zoro in the earlier arcs. as it is literally a transcendental event that pushes Zoro from an average swordsman to someone who can compete with the higher echelon of swordsmen. He finally learns how to slice steel with a blade. Now, both of these scenes has encouraged me so much. Not only does it encourage me to not yield to my feelings of defeat and depression during my own battles, it has also inspired me to actively search for an insight every time by focusing on what I can learn from those feelings and refocusing on my individual purpose of changing the world through creativity. What really puts things in perspective for individuals that suffer from episodes of depression, anxiety, and low moods like myself. By defeating what is standing between us and our purposes, we learn more about ourselves as well as equipping ourselves better for future battles, as well as adding onto the momentum towards our final goals. However, this is only a small fragment of One Piece that reflects this concept of individual purpose. The characters, the storyline, and the world building. All of these deeply reflect Oda's complete dedication to his craft, his work ethic, and his individual purpose, to finish one of the greatest works of our generation. And through One Piece, I hope we can also add to our arsenal on our own journeys towards our own end goals. Peace.